I would assume that if Solana's at 200-ish today, right, for it to go up 100% would be, in crypto summer, would be highly unusual. At least 300% would be pretty standard. So let's mark that as like, that's a reasonable spot. If I use a few charts and a bit of, log charts, I get somewhere between 800 and 1200. In a complete bubble cycle, I think it can go above 2000. In a short stunted cycle, 750, something like that.
Narratives shape every cryptocurrency bull market and can be the key to substantial returns on your investments. Solana, the native token of the Solana blockchain platform, has demonstrated remarkable performance over the past year. From a low of $9.9 in January 2023 to over $195 last month, it saw a 1,879% increase in 14 months. In the same time frame, Bitcoin moved from just over $17,000 per coin to around $72,000, an impressive 323.53% for the leading cryptocurrency by market cap. The success and rapidly increasing popularity of the Solana blockchain and its native cryptocurrency is a testament to its resilience, especially considering how susceptible it is to sudden, hours-long outages. Though the outages have made Solana less attractive to some cryptocurrency investors, others are still lured by its high throughput, low transaction costs, and user-friendly environment, making it more attractive to developers, institutions, and users, driving mainstream adoption. Users are also looking forward to the effects of FireDancer, a new validator client designed to address Solana's transaction speed limitations. According to Jump Crypto, the designer of FireDancer, the new validator client boasts a completely new codebase optimized for high performance, meaning faster transaction processing speeds and more efficiency for the Solana blockchain platform. Renowned macro guru and prominent crypto investor Raoul has been expressing strong optimism for the future trajectory of Solana since he learned about the development of FireDancer in 2023. According to Pal, this new validator client changed the entire game for Solana as well as the entire cryptocurrency industry. With the successful testnet launch announced on October 31st, Solana is targeting a mainnet launch in the summer of 2024. Pal maintains that this transition will cause significant price increases for the blue-chip crypto, taking it from less than $200 today to up to $2,000 before the cycle ends in 2025. As we bring you clips from one of Pal's recent interviews, please take a little time to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks, and enjoy the video.
FireDancer is basically a validator of Solana. It's in testnet right now. It's basically another way of accessing the Solana network. It was built by Jump Trading, which is a high-frequency trading firm that's deep into crypto. And they built it to be fast enough for high-frequency trading. High-frequency trading is basically limited. So the game in high-frequency trading is to be the fastest with seeing the order flow and putting your orders in. That uses massive fiber optic cables of the shortest possible length, because what they're using is the speed of light. So they say, well, it's impossible to do that on Ethereum or Solana or anything. So you need something that operates at a quantum change, a step change in speed. So they built a new version of Solana, which will run, which you can choose as your validator. If Solana's theoretical transactions per second is 65,000, this is theoretically 1 million. So it's like, it's an entire game change. So what does that enable? Why am I interested in it? Because things like some of the two initiatives from Solana, one was compressed NFTs, allow you to create 1 million NFTs for $100. We're seeing that on layer twos as well, like Base, but we're not at layer one level. Okay, Solana's a whole different game. So that makes it very cheap. So you can use NFTs for other things, not high-end art or stuff. You can use it for tickets or whatever, high frequency stuff. Now, if you've got a chain that operates at the speed of financial markets, well, now you can tokenize exchanges. You can put exchanges on the blockchain like NASDAQ. Okay, that gets really interesting. Now, this tech stack's not ready. It won't be this cycle, but we'll see people using this new speed and low latency for interesting stuff, and it'll build a narrative. Next cycle, we'll see the launch of stuff on it. So that's how I think about this. This is like we've just unleashed two superpowers, and we will start to see people experimenting with it and the narrative building. Next cycle, we'll actually see projects coming out on it. But it is a game changer for the entire crypto space, and most people aren't aware of it yet. Right now, the network's overwhelmed because of massive use, because of meme coins and other stuff. And we've seen this in ETH in the past as well, where it just gets overwhelmed with activity. So they're putting through fixes now to increase the bandwidth, essentially, the ability to deal with all of the transactions that need to happen. I think the TPS is basically the speed and number of transactions without it getting clogged, but you need compute power behind it as well. So yes, we've seen Solana transactions failing right now only because of the sheer demands of the network. Much like you can overrun a broadband network or a mobile phone network. It's all the same thing. And so what you need is more compute. So you need more compute, a few fixes, make things a bit faster. So it's not broken per se, it's just being tested to its limits, which I actually think is very bullish, particularly if they put a decent patch through and before you know it, it opens up the network again. Well, remember, we had the same in ETH back in 2021, right? The NFT craze that happened on ETH, it was massive. And it just plus DeFi, plus everything else, suddenly overwhelmed ETH. The gas fees went up, the network was clogged, you couldn't get transactions through. That's actually a good sign. It shows you got product market fit.
According to Solana's proponents, Firedancer could be the potential breakthrough for Solana, and the network could finally live up to its status as an Ethereum killer. Over the past few months, the theory of Solana flipping Ethereum has become more common amid a fresh wave of on-chain activity, increasing developer count, and a growing number of users, boosted sharply by Solana's meme coin mania. According to Austin Federer, head of the strategy at the Solana Foundation, Solana might not be able to flip Ethereum's considerably larger market cap in the short term. However, the many consumer-friendly applications being built on Solana could make that future much sooner than many believe. During a recent interview with Cointelegraph, Federer said, "On Solana, anyone can write an interface in almost any programming language. This isn't to say Ethereum won't figure it out eventually, but today, we're seeing a huge number of projects on Ethereum that want to move over to Solana. That's not something we were seeing a year and a half ago." Federer also said he was extremely confident that the lion's share of new, consumer-facing applications will be built on Solana in the coming year. Let's return to Pal's interview, where he gives his predictions for Solana, Bitcoin, and Ethereum in 2024.
We don't really know, but I would assume that if Solana's at 200-ish today, right, for it to go up 100% would be, in crypto summer, would be highly unusual. At least 300% would be pretty standard. That would be ETH all-time highs versus the previous all-time highs of that high. So that will put it 600. So let's mark that as like, that's a reasonable spot. You know, if I use a few charts and a bit of, log charts, I get somewhere between 800 and 1200. In a complete bubble cycle, I think it can go above 2000. In a short stunted cycle, 750, something like that. But it's still all to play for, is the point. If Bitcoin is the gateway drug, the RAAs, everybody else, you can kind of get your dad across the line with Bitcoin. And you can just use digital gold or, store of value or something that's pretty straightforward. ETH really is the settlement layer for all of the layer twos, but also I think a lot of the financial services industry will build on top of it because it's deemed to be the safe bet. It's like using Salesforce for your CRM and other stuff. It's like using AWS, right? It's the thing you don't get fired for. Now, I think Solana will grab part of that market because of Firedancer, which is much faster. We can talk about that later. But generally speaking, ETH is the easy choice. It's like you work for a large corporation, they'll give you Microsoft Office. ETH is Microsoft Office. The proof is in the pudding. I'm 90% Solana. That's been my big bet for this cycle. So last cycle, my bet was switching Bitcoin into ETH a little bit later in the cycle after the bottoming of that Bitcoin ETH cross. And that really paid off because it massively outperformed. And this cycle, I switched my ETH into Solana last year, about August, and that really, really paid off. And I think it continues.
Raoul Pal has 3 scenarios for how the current crypto bull market could play out: a normal cycle, a left-translated cycle, and a bubble cycle. He gives a 60% probability of a normal cycle that would see crypto assets like Solana and Bitcoin make significant gains, but nothing out of the ordinary. If this happens, Pal predicts that Bitcoin will peak at $200,000 and Solana at $750. If this is a bubble cycle, which Pal gives a 20% chance of occurrence, Pal says the price increases will be much larger, taking Bitcoin to around $1 million and Solana to around $2,000. The third scenario, which gets another 20% chance of occurrence, indicates a peak in asset prices before the cycle's midpoint, suggesting a shorter than normal cycle. In Pal's words, it will be violent and short. Do you agree with Pal's outlook and predictions for crypto assets like Solana and Bitcoin? Please drop your comments and observations in the comment section below. Also, ensure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.